Hi guys, my name is Addition, and with me today is
Wale Kunayo. Welcome to Mailbox.
On today's episode of Mailbox, we'll be addressing different mails from different people from all over the world. Our first mail today is from Mary from Edinburgh. Mary said, hello, I lost my mom 7 years ago, and my dad remarried 2 years ago to another single mom of one. For 2 years, my stepbrother and I have never been in good terms. My younger brothers don't have issues with him, just I. I'm 5 months older, and we've never seen eye to eye on anything. For the sake of my dad and my stepmom, who is good to us, I want to make this work, but Charles has been difficult, despite all efforts from us all, and it's beginning to annoy me. What do I do?
Oh, interestingly, one of the major challenges with sibling rivalry is the fact that we don't put into focus the loss of that particular sibling. Now, when you put another thing into the equation, which means that what if you don't get to see Charles again? How would that make you feel? So essentially, you're trying to put the reconciliation on Charles's behavior. It's not really about Charles, it's going to be about you. How bad do you want that relationship?
Right.
What does the memory of your mom bring to you? The fact that she's no longer with you. What are the things that you miss? I'm sure you still had certain issues with your mom when she was alive. So you look past all of that. Now, the easiest way actually to get past forgiveness and get past people's certain behavioral pattern is to consistently pray for them. Now, people go through the motions about, I've forgiven the person, I ignore the person, but the most important aspect of it is that when you begin to pray for Charles, what would happen is that you begin to experience love from within yourself. It no longer becomes a situation whether he behaves in a certain way or not. It doesn't matter anymore. What then comes into focus is the fact that even Charles starts to respond to that love on the premise of prayer. Because it's the love of God that is shed abroad in our hearts. And that love is usually emphasized when you pray for the other person. And it doesn't matter, it's not just Charles. It could be anybody else who you are not in line or in tune with. I hope that helps.
Yes, and I think in addition to that, I think most times when you are trying to show love to someone and the person is not receiving it, just let it be. You know, so don't want to show love to me and also tell me how I need to react. So for Charles, maybe it's still immaturity or something. Maybe it's still, it will come around, you know. Sometimes relationship, even among siblings, you don't need to force it because it would be nice, it will be organic at the end of the day because really, you just keep showing love. Don't stop showing love. And it applies to every other person. When you're showing love to people, don't plan how they should react to how you're showing love to them. Let it be organic. And also, probably he's even going through a lot too that he's really not spoken about. So pray for him as well, just like we always say. So, I mean, I think
prayer just cuts across every other spectrum.
Yeah.
I hope that helps you.
Yes. Mary, I hope we've been able to address your issue. Our second mail is from Chisom from Ebonyi. Ebonyi is in Nigeria. She said, hi, Abdul, who's been interested in me for years now, is 5 years younger than I. I've liked him from afar and also wanted to be with him, but I just can't shake up the fact that I'm older. In fact, he's our last born's age mate, and they went to university together. He works and is doing well for himself, but I don't know if I'll ever be able to look past it. I also don't want to lose a good man. How do I do it?
Well, so there are two ways. If you have a problem with it, then it might be a major problem, right? Number two, in general, people talk about the fact that age is nothing but a number, right? And if you can't look past that particular conversation, it might keep popping up at different points in time. So first of all, you have got to sort it out by yourself and you've got to be comfortable with it. But as far as I'm concerned, most people are dating people today. I mean, from a perspective of a marriage counselor, right? And we get to see quite a number of people. The data actually shows that a whole lot of women are actually more engaged with men, but they don't speak about it. And it's a conversation that is ongoing in general. Most people don't talk about it, but it is what's obtainable right now.
More older women.
More older women are married to more younger women.
Oh, okay.
And to be honest, if you don't have the conversation, most people won't talk about it. And we've seen that several times. Go and check the registry today. You see that dynamics going on. In fact, some are even way higher in terms of age difference. But if it's going to be a problem with you, which can cause some form of inferiority complex in you, and eventually might affect the relationship. But as far as we are concerned, or as far as I'm concerned, it is not a problem, especially if the man actually shows some certain level of maturity in his dealings, in his way of doing things, and all of that. So you've got to deal the conversation. And like you said, if he's a good man, they're actually very hard to find. So I think you should take a decision. Damn all the consequences if you want to deal that. But if that's going to be a recurring pattern, even himself might not like it. So if you can't deal the thing, don't go into it. But if you're convinced, I think you should. It's not a problem.
Yeah, so I think, Chisom, you should also try and work on your perception to life.
Yeah.
So when you talk about people and you start comparing, saying that he's our last born's age mate, but it's the same you that said he's doing well, the same you that said you like him, the same you that said he's a good man. So you really need to address certain issues about what you want and how you want to be served. Because the truth is, after you finish dealing with age, something else too.
Come up.
Probably there's a job you need to take up and it's a male, female. And so a female can be my boss, a male can. So you must understand that life in itself has its dynamics. So those numbers, I mean, of course, what you said earlier, it wouldn't occur because, I mean, that's clause of submission.
Yes.
So once submission comes into a relationship, you really wouldn't know who is the older one to the other. So I think, Chisom, you really need to actually understand what you want, because truth be told, I mean, this is coming from people that are married, you know, and I'm sure if you ask around, those numbers doesn't really, they don't really matter. It's that person that you're dealing with. So just deal with the things that matter. And you have to also deal with the fact that take that thing off your head, because it would, just like he said, it will start reoccurring. Or maybe because he's younger, maybe because those things. Sometimes people get to maturity level at different age. Some are matured at 15, some are matured at 25, some are not even matured at 50. So you begin to understand the mechanics and the issues of love. You don't deal it like you're passing exams, you know. There are things that are supposed to happen like a yo-yo, cause and effect. So it's what you give into your relationship you get back. So I would just want to advise you that try and see beyond those numbers, you know. I think we've been able to.
Again, there are no coincidences in life. There's a reason why it's the man that has come to your space.
The next one could even be 10 years.
Absolutely, younger, and then you get worse.
And it gets worse. So really, I think you should just make up your mind, Chisom. So our next mail is from Pretoria. It's from Justin. Justin from Pretoria in South Africa. He said, hello. My dad trained me to become a lawyer in one of the best universities in the country. So that one day I'll be his official company lawyer and probably take over the business one day. It's been 7 months and I found out that my dad is involved in some shady businesses. I don't think I can continue this because my conscience is not at rest. However, I dare not come to him that I want out. What do I do, please? Okay, so on that particular conversation, one of the things that we have come to understand, and I think we've made mention on past episodes on Mailbox, is this. When it comes to dealing with other people's moral issues, you outrightly can't do those things by taking decisions or having conversations with them. The makeup of a man in actual sense is that man essentially is a spirit, has a body, has a soul. When you are having conversations with people, the only way to resonate with them is to go to a higher authority who then eventually convinces them of whatever situation that they are going through. So even from the age of 12, it is almost impossible for you to convince anyone of their ill doings or
moral standing about any subject matter. So the way to permanently, in any way, to solve this thing is to take it into the court of God in prayer. And God in himself will convince the man, or will orchestrate situations in such a way that the man himself will either say to you that you no longer have a part in what we're doing here, and then you have to move on. Because it's important that it might be in shady businesses and stuff, but if you look at the history, certain things might have pushed the people. It's just the same way when people speak about prostitutes and all of that, things actually lead them into those things, right? And so judging the conversation on the face value of it really would never solve the problem. So the best way to do it is to pray for the person, pray for your dad, all right, that he would eventually find a way out of this particular situation that is long lasting without you ruining your relationship with him. Right. I hope that helps.
Yeah. So, and then you said, so he said, my dad trained me to become a lawyer in one of the best universities. So it means that actually you were being trained with the shady business money. Does it mean that you are returning your certificate? And then you are saying, you know what, it was a shady business. I mean, you already discovered. So, solution. Yeah. The only place that personally we think you can come through is in the place of prayer, you know. Then again, there's a lot of future conversations. He wants you to be company lawyer. It's not on you. You don't really have to. Yeah. You know, you don't really have to, because most of even parents, when they aspire or they want us to do certain things, as time goes by, things change. Yeah, so it's things evolve. So you could even end up in another place, working. He's still your father. You won't deny that fact. Yeah. So are you going to report him to authority? No. So you just have to stand in the gap with him, for him in the place of prayer. Yeah. Then it depends on how close you guys are. There are some conversations too that you can. If you can't have that conversation, don't bother having it. So just try and pray for him. As a matter of fact, you are taking a moral standing. You can't tell us that there are certain things that you have done. No, it will even affect you. No, don't worry, because you are still under. You live in his house. Yeah. You eat his food. He's responsible for everything that has to do with you. So you really don't even have a level of. You don't have that justification to start saying, that he's doing this and just stand in the gap for him in the place of prayer and see us. So there is a redemption that is holistic that you will get from doing that. Right. I hope that helps you. Right. So that'll be all on today's episode of Mailbox. Till next time, have a nice day. Peace.